And we're live.
God, I love those title cards. It's so damn awesome, especially with the music track that plays with it. Like, oh God, I don't think I caught that last week when it was played. Like, I didn't catch the music because one of us. Oh, by the way, welcome to Fans of Power.
They know who we are.
Yeah, by this point, we shouldn't have to explain who we are. We really shouldn't. And I guess on the
I guess I can just do that, right?
Yeah, you want to know who we are? There you go.
There you go. Thick McRunfast. I'm still Nathan. I haven't changed.
I'm War Duke.
I'm still War Duke over there.
Yeah, I do like that. Just trying to change it up every single week. So I'll see.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Yeah, we got to find that clip of George Lucas saying
I'll find
it. We absolutely need that.
Yeah, because I was thinking today, like we have just got to find that one line because we reference it so much on here. I don't think Lucas could sue us. So, I don't know.
Oh, I'll just do the audio, no video.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So I guess we can get away with whatever.
We definitely need some Mr. Plinkett on here as well.
Yeah.
It
isn't hard.
Why?
Yeah.
The most disappointing thing since my son.
There you go.
Yeah, and then we show a picture of Joe.
That'd be pretty good. Space calm.
Yeah. God, Prometheus.
Ren will be here. He said that he was going to be late, and the reason we were holding off longer is because I wanted to surprise him because he's at the end of the intro now, and we'll change the branding and stuff on the screen when we get back to Fans of Power, probably week after next. But yeah, Ren will be here. Hopefully, I hope he's not just blowing smoke. He's like, yeah, I'll be there, and then he just don't fucking show. That'd be pretty good. But
maybe he's late because he's working on the next T-shirt design. Maybe that's why he's late right now.
That's true. And speaking of T-shirts, we did get a request. Brian Davis was like, "Hey man, I kick myself every time I see Nathan wearing this shirt." Joe did put that back up on the shop, so link down below if you want a Man Day shirt. Look at Man at Arms, man. He's over. You like that shirt? Go pick you one up. Support Joe. Get him some extra money and buy some more ramen noodles or repair his roof because he's got to do that too, as he told me. And someone will probably ask, because someone asked when Tyler and I, if you guys missed out on that, go back. I know it's 3 hours long, so we're asking a lot of you. But
I think we did 3 hours last week too, so it's becoming the norm.
I know. But go check that out because Tyler and I had a lot of fun, a variety of topics that I won't mention here. You'll just have to go watch it. But I had a blast with that, and it was funny. But we did mention, because someone did ask, "Where's Joe?" And I'll say it here because more people watch Fans of Power than when Tyler and I do the spinner racker, and now for something different.
Yeah, really devoted people out there, aren't they?
Yeah, but Joe. People have noticed he's been absent for what now?
About a month.
About a month. He's the primary caretaker of a family member, and that requires more of his time and attention, especially the times that we go live and do the show. It's not really working out with that priority, so he's taking care of that. And we've said it before. He will be back. I don't want people to get the idea like he's gone forever. No, he'll be back. We promise. But he's got to take care of all that stuff. But I'm curious now how long it'll take Ren to get here. And we had this in the chat earlier. I showed it to you guys. I'd have to, I don't know, maybe it got lost. I think it was MW3 asked what the over-under was for the amount of time it would take for Tyler and Ren to get into an argument. So I guess once he pops in, get your watches.
He'll knock whatever we're talking about, which is more than likely going to be something I love and cherish, and he'll just come in and take a nice big soft serve shit right all in it.
No,
say it's trash.
It's trash. Or hey, man, he might. You guys.
He never goes after Rebecca. I don't get that.
Well, it's because he likes her. Remember? See, the verdict's still out on the rest of this. Like she's cool.
Yeah.
Because he's met her in person, but.
Yeah,
we're not real people.
We're not real people until he
we're all just we're figments of his white imagination. Mm-hmm. What he imagines white people to look like. I guess that's what we are.
Yeah, because he's never met white people before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sure. But I guess before we divulge more into whatever randomness we get into, before we get into the topic, I will say hello to everyone that decided to spend their Sunday night with us. We'll start off My Buddy's Customs, Zentron, Johnny Cock. How's your father? My father's good. JSP, Rebel Wookie, MW3, Daniel Carhoonan, Casey Duncan, MC, DJ, AC, DC. I'm saying that. Betmon, Papa Hud 69, Mobile Recluse, Simple Tricks and Nonsense, which John, I appreciate.
AKA Vulcan Jew.
Yeah, the Vulcan Jew. I appreciate him being there and asking everyone in our chat what they would like to see at Fans of Power, which are Fans of Power, PowerCon. There we go. Jesus.
Maybe we can get Val. Yeah, I was gonna say we can maybe get Val just to change the name of the whole convention. Fans of PowerCon.
Fans of PowerCon.
Yeah, and then all of us, we each get our own individual table. We have our own each individual panel. It's like all devoted about us.
Yeah, they have to announce us when we walk into the room.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. You know, there's like nothing but things that we love that the vendors are selling. Like it's nothing else. There's no pops. None of the cutesy shit.
Out of here.
Yeah, no. Like it's like.
All right, Val, you better start taking a list. Rebecca.
Yeah, we want some changes made.
Rebecca wants only red M&Ms. We can't have any Funko Pops. None of those. Can't sell those.
No.
We have demands. No.
And I demand that Rob David and Ted Biaselli, share a booth with me,
With
you? Or with me, yeah, because
why?
only one of us is getting out alive.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
They just put like a fucking Hell in the Cell over top of you guys.
That'd be great. Yeah, okay. Just a 5x5 cage, and someone ring the bell, man. I'm ready to go.
Oh, damn it! See, you do. I have the chat, and then I got to flip over to the thing. You know what? I got to save the bell ringing for. When
no, I was just joking. Like if we were there, I mean like literally.
Right.
Oh no.
Be like Bonesaw in the Spider-Man movie.
Oh yeah, Bonesaw is ready.
I got you for 3 minutes.
That's the only wrestling Newt's ever watched.
And she could quote the hell out of it. Wow.
I know. Yeah.
He's my favorite part of the whole movie.
But wait, that's your favorite part of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man is when Macho Man. Why is that? You won't watch actual wrestling, but your favorite part in that movie is the Bonesaw McGraw scene. Huh?
It's a lot to commit to.
You don't. No. We just said like a. Okay.
Hang on. Uh-oh. He's here.
Hey, it's the Trash Man.
And I'm here to take you out.
Yeah, bring it on.
Ren, all right, before we do this, I'll say the rest of the people in the chat, and then I'll show Ren what we were holding out for. And we had to get going. Sorry, man, but I'll show you what you did miss out on. So we have JSP. Pollark is here. And I lost my spot. There we go. Grim 2. Hey, he's saying blah. Brian Brummagem. Yeah, he does that. Jaime Morez. And now I can't remember who I said before. So I'll just scroll to the end. And DL is here. And there's probably, Liam Loftus. Say, hey, Spider-Rat's here. I haven't seen Spider-Rat in a little while in the chat. So if I missed anyone else, I apologize. But Ren, did he freeze? I don't know. You're good.
No, he's not
I didn't freeze. Right. I'm in here. I love that shirt, buddy.
Oh boy, I'm just waiting for more, man.
Hey man, listen, me too. Me too.
Yep.
They're acting up over there.
I ain't kidding. I have 15 ideas on my phone of villains. Yeah. 15 individual groups of villains.
Here you go, Ren. This is what you missed. I want you to check it out. So here we go.
Okay. Awesome.
Oh, there's no sound.
Awesome. Oh, you guys are farther apart. Okay.
There's a reason. You made it, man.
You're in the intro now.
You're somebody now.
I freaking love it. I absolutely love it. Please, please, if you get a chance, send me that image.
Oh, I can do it right now.
Yeah.
Please. Yeah, that is amazing. I love it. I love it.
And that is a special thanks from Grim 2.
Thank you.
He came through, as always.
Thank you, my man. That is amazing.
There you go.
It's not a drink.
Why? Why not? There you
go.
He's
drinking something.
Yeah, it's
He said he doesn't drink.
Yeah, it's my creatine.
No.
Look at that. He's drinking creatine there, man. He's living the dream there, living the lifestyle.
Fruit punch flavored, yeah.
I used to have a fruit punch creatine, back in the day.
Yeah. Normally I just get the plain kind
with no flavor.
Yeah, and
it's a little bitter.
fruit drink or something.
That means it's just me and you, Nathan.
Hey, it always is. It always is.
And I'm drinking
What are you
ice
drinking?
water.
Oh wow, huh? What a wiener.
Now Rebecca's the winner because she cries at Care Bears.
Oh yeah.
Care Bears 2. That was a sad fucking movie.
Does that make
Come
it
on.
better?
I'm gonna send you the ending scene with that song playing, and you're all gonna cry.
Okay.
With the song, I have to listen
It's
to
the
a song.
song. It's a song.
The song is what made you cry.
Yeah, because it's all about growing up and like loss and old friends, and it's fucking sad.
What?
What a
Yeah, don't
wiener.
send me that. I don't want any of that.
And if
Because
you
even
read
if
the
I do
comments,
cry, I'll never admit it.
Oh, you're one of
Hell
those
no, I
people,
didn't cry. That's some bullshit.
One of those people, huh?
Hell
He'll
yeah.
Yeah,
admit
it's
that he
like-
wore a fishnet, but he won't admit that he shed a couple of tears there, man.
Yeah.
Better
Something
believe
is a little imbalance there.
He makes it a point to make sure that there's an onion nearby. It's like, someone's just cutting onions.
See it?
Yeah.
I'm cutting them for no reason.
Has that ever happened to anybody? Like being around onions, has your eyes ever
Yeah.
watered when you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't eat onions. I'm not around them, so I don't know if it was just like something you see in TV and movies or what.
I don't-
No, it's real.
I don't mind. Well, I guess it depends. If you put a lot of onions or something on a burger, no, not a little bit, I'm fine with. And it depends too on the onion ring. It's like McDonald's onions don't like they're diced. I hate that shit. So I
I
always
love
ask
onions.
like, yeah.
I don't eat onions unless
Yeah.
it's like
Onion rings. You like
mixed
onion rings?
in.
Yeah.
The
I
food
Like
really
if
good.
it's mixed in like stuffing or something like
Yeah,
that. You know?
if it's mixed in,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
can have
good.
that. Yeah, I can eat that. Like,
But
the
you
only
don't
time I
like
eat
them like
celery.
on your sandwiches or on your
No.
burgers?
Absolutely not.
It's gross. I'm a plain guy. It's got to be bacon and cheese so I can dip it in ketchup. That is it.
See, I just like all the flavors.
Yeah.
Like if I have a
Yeah.
salad or a sandwich, I just want like everything on it.
Ugh,
Yeah.
gross.
I like onion.
I turned into a relish guy on hot dogs. I used to never do that really, and I'm like,
I do
Relish
too.
is amazing on hot
yeah,
dogs.
relish is great.
Oh, it looks like green vomit.
I can't have a hot dog without relish on it.
That and
Relish.
avocado looks like cartoon vomit.
See, I love avocados too.
Avocado to me doesn't have a taste, really.
It's just gross.
It's just
If it looks gross, I'm not eating it. I'm not. I don't care what you guys say it tastes like.
I can understand somebody not liking the texture of an avocado because it is a very specific
vomity.
kind of taste.
Vomity.
Vomity? No,
Yeah.
no. This is more like a
It's creamy and
yeah. It's like a creamy paste. Vomit is just straight ass like
yeah.
Liquid chunks.
liquid. Yeah.
Like orange juice and pizza. That's what vomit's like.
Ew.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What?
It's like the taste when and we've all done it when it comes up. It's like a mixture of orange juice and pizza.
Actually, the worst for me was as a kid eating breakfast one morning. So it was biscuits and bacon, but eggs. So I had eggs, and then I threw up, and it just tasted like eggs. And I didn't eat eggs for like 10 years after that.
Mm.
Because I tried, and I'm like, oh, no, it just makes me think of that time I threw up, and I can't do it.
See, I associate root beer with that because I got
Really?
really I guess when I was in Cub Scouts, like I think our scout leader was real sick and we didn't know about it at the moment, and I didn't know how sick he was, but I remember having like a lot of root beer that day at the Cub Scout meeting and then throwing up profusely that night, and I always associate vomiting with root beer and the smell of root beer.
He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke!
I never noticed if you can hear it draw at the very end of it. So.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's not triggering for anyone at home. Because that's the thing too. If people
Some
pretend
people
like
are
they're
really
gonna,
sensitive.
they can't. They
Yeah.
can't handle it.
Yeah, or like certain smells
Yeah,
like
let's
make
just
me
that.
start to dry heave too. Like it don't take much to make me gag.
Like what?
I don't know. I just it's just got to be really potent, nasty, like garbage smells or shit.
Spoiled milk always got me.
Yeah, I'm not around spoiled milk that much.
You get queasy when you brush your teeth in the mirror in the morning.
What? No.
No, sometimes like if I just had eaten breakfast.
No, I'm
go
saying
brush
when
my
you look at
teeth.
yourself.
No, if anything, there's like a glow. it's an aura or I see around myself, you know?
No.
And then I'm like, God, you look great.
How about we all just collectively throw up at the sight of him looking and admiring?
Hey, when people
himself
realize
and
they can't, meet this match, I
Are
understand.
you like cleaning your tongue, and is it like?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be deep throating yourself when you're brushing your teeth, man.
Well,
Some of us are pros at that.
What? What?
We did not encourage that statement.
No.
She spoke of her own.
Yeah, I know
volition.
she old pervy in here. Someone had to take the mantle while Joe's.
I was hoping I could get one of you guys to do like how do you clean your tongue. But none of you fell for it.
I mean, someone's already done gift that, Newt. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, if Joe was here, I'm sure he would have humored you.
Yeah, he'd have done it.
Yeah, he'd have bought a hook, line, and sinker. There you go.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I mean, how do we segue from that?
It's just garbage comic that you made me read.
It is a garbage comic.
That's but the point of this though was to like what would we do better? It's not about like we know it's a piece of shit comic book.
Yeah, we still got to review it though. We gotta show the people. So if you wanna, we'll go.
But I will say this, Ren, I have our mini comic completely done.
Yeah.
I wrote all 14 pages.
Send it to me.
He's fast.
All right.
Send it to me when you get a chance. Yeah.
It took a whole week and it's already done.
Actually, I did it yesterday and today. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to sit there and say it took me that long.
It's a quickie, baby.
Yeah.
My speciality.
But I do.
All right.
Here we
go. I mean, just looking at the cover, the art in this is not good.
No, I had no memory of this comic when I got Mantenna for my 4th birthday. I have no memory of the mini comic at all, or the Leech mini comic. It did not.
Probably flipped through it and saw it, and then deleted it from your hard drive.
It's probably what I did because I remember the Too Bad mini comic, which was about Roboto and Too Bad. Like I remember that one, but because I got all 3 for my 4th birthday, and I have no memory of those 2.
So this one came with the 3 Horde guys?
No, it just came with Mantenna. It just came with just Mantenna. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
The one thing I wanted to ask Ren, because I don't think we've ever touched on this since he's been on the show, is Ren, what were your memories of the mini comics when you were a kid? Because I think Tyler had mentioned that it was sort of a dual package for him. He's getting this awesome figure, but he's got this great, well, sometimes great mini comic to go along with it. Were you one of those kids, strictly the action figure and the mini comic got tossed aside, or was that something that you always took pride in collecting those and having them and reading them over and over and over again?
No, I think after the first 1 or 2, I remember getting He-Man when I was really young. I was maybe in the 3rd grade, maybe really, really young. And I remember the first comic. I remember where He-Man was the warrior from his tribe, and he went off to help protect Eternia or whatever. That's the only memory for mini comics that I have. I probably looked at them, but I probably didn't like them very much. So I didn't go in trying to read them. But again, the cartoon came out a little later, and I was all in on that. Yeah. So the stories didn't match. So I'm certain that I was just like, I don't want these books. They're not very good. And I wasn't into comics at the time yet. So they didn't mean anything to me.
That makes me wish like we need to go through some of these and get Ren's perspective on ones that we have either loved a lot or thought were okay. Like we got to get Ren's take on like Clash of Arms, the Horde mini comic, The Search for Keldor, like see what he says about that, especially if he's not very familiar with any of them.
We should start doing that. Actually, what I was going to do, Ren, I thought about asking you when you and I were talking. I think it was Thursday. It may have been Friday. I would like to get your address, and I'll order the Dark Horse mini comic collection book and get it mailed to you, so you have them, so you can read them at your leisure. And then maybe going forward, we just give Ren some homework. It's like, all right, next week I want your review on whatever, and then he can read it, and then that'll be a segment going forward. It's like, hey, Ren, homework time.
Yeah.
You got to turn it in. What'd you think? And then you can tell that was trash, and then you and Tyler start fighting about it.
Yeah,
That'll be good.
Nathan rings the bell. Like, all right, here we go again.
Here we go.
Yeah. It sounds good to me, man. Yeah, I'll send it to you. No problem.
Well, he will. There is one mini comic he definitely will need to read. Of course, he probably won't read it by the time I send this what I wrote, but there's references to a particular mini comic that he'll definitely need to check out for sure.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna zoom in on this. We'll go to the next page. Look at
There's
fucking.
so much wrong with this.
I don't know who
Andre the giant looking ass Moss Man guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? And it's inconsistent between the Moss Man at the top and then Moss Man again. They
I
look
like
like
that
two
King
completely
Randor was
different
playing with his
characters.
manic panic there.
Yeah.
Dude, I have no
Buzz
idea.
Off. Look at Buzz Off. Look at, oh my god.
Listen, all of these guys fell off a juice box truck, and these are bootleg He-Man figures.
Yeah.
They really are. I mean,
Yeah.
Mechaneck has never looked more worse than he does right there.
Yeah.
Like it's like his helmet like wasn't finished.
He's not. Yeah,
It's
he's not
like
proportioned correctly.
it's like it's turned around on him, or
It's all smushed up, and
it's just it was such a shitty
And
attempt of like.
Buzz Off's goggles are halfway down on one eye and then up on the other one.
Yeah.
And he's got that weird Nosferatu buck-tooth thing going on.
And then giving King Randor pink hair just because, like it makes no sense. It does make me wonder because this one and the Leech mini comic are two of the worst offenders, and they're both drawn horribly with an incoherent story. It makes me wonder if Lee Nordling, who's the editor on these mini comics, like pass it off to like somebody's kid and like let them come up with their story, or hell draw the damn thing because it's very childlike and not in a good way.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just don't understand the pink hair.
Yeah.
I don't either.
Why?
And look,
Especially
Moss
by
Man
this
looks
point-
completely different here. Is he just, can he morph? I mean, he's got that ability, I guess, but he's just changing. He looks different every time you see him in this book.
Well, he consistently looks trash.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you what, man. Throughout this whole book, the dialogue is horrendous.
Mm-hmm.
The dialogue is so bad.
It's a mishmash of like thoughts and rambles and there's just nothing. And knowing that this is how you're setting up the Horde to show up because of rumbles and things are just happening with no explanation. It's not even explaining how the Horde even does this shit.
Yeah, and they're not even there.
And this too, like Adam just leaves the power sword sitting out in the open. Like, I'm sorry, like who the fuck
and
decided?
He knows he's leaving it.
Yeah,
like, that's the weird part. Like he knew he was leaving it.
For forces, unforeseen forces, and he just I just put my sword over here and get in the Dragon Walker, and well, here we go.
I just gotta go to the woods.
Yeah, it's Orko probably is drawn the best of anybody in this comic.
I think this is probably the best looking page, maybe.
Yeah. And I've never seen the Horde outside the Leech mini comic look more shitty. Like Grizzle looks like a fucking porcupine right now.
Well, the bad thing about this one too is it comes with Mantenna. Mantenna's in the title, and he's went on a mission here, but it's almost this book isn't even about him at all.
Nope.
Period. Like he just gets lost in the shuffle.
That's why I was asking. I mean, it almost seems like this book should come with all three of the Horde sidekicks. Like the henchmen,
which what's
messed evenly put in there.
They are, and Grizzler got his own book, Leech got his own, Modulite got his own, Hordak got his own.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it doesn't make much sense. I think this is probably, even though the Leech mini comic focuses on Leech in the most fucked up way imaginable, but this is just trying to insert as much weird, random, ugly shit as possible, and even like. Knowing that the beast monster is not there to consume victims, it's there as a portal to go inside the fright zone. Is one of the. That's like something a child came up with. I could see little JoJo coming up with this shit. In third grade when he's like stealing the fright zone puppet, from somebody else.
But he came up with that last week. It wasn't even a kid.
Yeah. He's like, you should put that in the mini comic. That'd be great. No, it'd be great. And then Jason Voorhees shows up, and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, we can't use that, buddy. We
No.
can't use that.
All right, here's Grizzlord looking really.
He looks
good.
like a Sesame Street character.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Looks like a puppet.
Absolutely puppeted. And
Yeah.
And Mantenna looks like a praying mantis throughout this whole thing.
Yeah.
Like,
God, I think
he looks
that's
like a
being
praying
too
mantis.
kind.
And they threw him in the back. Like, it can't be his book.
Yeah, right there. There you go. Look at that.
Yeah.
Why?
I
get it, I
ugly.
guess. I get it, I guess, because you want that toy feature of his eyes popping out, but this isn't it, you know? That's not it.
Absolutely terrible.
And the coloring, like Hordak's teeth are just suddenly like they're just so poorly colored. It's like, you know, I know like the toy either looks like he has black teeth or red teeth if you kind of depending on like what it, you know, is it shadow or what? But that just looks like he's just got a mouthful of blood, and not in a cool way.
The Fright Zone monster looks like it's had some bad chilies.
I think everyone looks like they had some bad chilies in here. I mean, just
yeah.
And more earthquake action.
It's just things are happening, but no.
Yeah, and Hordak's laughing about, I made him fall down.
He's not even
what
in
that
there.
Pose?
Like,
God, there's no
there.
dynamic. Oh God, it's so fucking bad.
I can't.
That pose Grizzlord's doing, it's Jesus.
Yeah,
so
trying to
stupid.
cram all four of them in there, and Hordak, you know, just like, oh, by God, you know, we've done it.
What the hell's a Batinsky?
Oh God, I forgot. Where I forgot which. Oh, Budinsky. Oh yeah. I've heard people like, and I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? It's almost
I don't know.
It's
they made Hordak sound like a bootleg pirate. You know, in his dialogue, he's like, you know, yar, get him. And I'm like, come on, dude.
The Oxford Dictionary states that Budinsky is a person who habitually butts in, an intruder or a meddler. So hey, it's Joel Amato.
Yeah. That'd make a great teacher on TPublic. Like Budinsky definition, a picture of Joe's mask right there. That'd be awesome.
And I mean, a leech right here
got like a squashed head here. Look at it. It's just like it's
slurp and guzzle and swig and swill.
Yeah, that's what Leech does.
From his hinges, I will.
Dude, he sucks off a door. Come on.
Yeah, he's got to get some wood. Yeah.
Come on.
And like he's putting his mouth on Roboto, and I mean,
and Roboto hip slaps him.
I mean,
he open hand hits him. Like, is Roboto slapping Leech?
It almost looks like he's shoulder checking Leech in the mouth, but you know, but even that, like, are we to assume that that's Leech's head or his ass or what?
Yeah, what part is that?
Yeah, it's a green glob of stuff. It's just with pow.
I guess that would be the top of his head.
There's 3 hits there, but I see his hand. Like, I didn't even think about his shoulder until you said something. Like, I see his hand like this.
Yeah.
That's
but
like
it looks like he's kind of like,
you know, maybe pow. Like, how is he powing anybody? Right, that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. And plus the big slurping noise to tear the door down, like it's just. I mean that top panel. I'm like God, he just looks so fucking bad.
His face is jacked up.
Yeah, it's awful.
I can't even. And the second panel, what the hell's going on either?
And this is one of the worst offense. I mean,
okay, I've got a question for everyone. Is Ram Man hitting Fisto?
I think he's hitting Jitsu.
Is that who that's supposed to be?
Because Clawful and Whiplash are all in the same picture. Where
the hell did they come from?
That's the thing. The guy who drew this is just looking at, was probably given a pile of toys. Here, put these guys in the mini comic. And that is it. It makes no fucking sense at all. But it wouldn't be the first time that you kind of see, like, which I think if you go back another page or two.
Okay.
Go back one more. Right there underneath Man-at-Arms is Spikor.
Oh, yeah.
You see that?
What? Yeah.
Right
above Mantenna.
Right above Mantenna. And he's got like this long
I didn't even notice him. I've never noticed him there.
Yeah.
Well, I think what's great about this...
And yet he's not in any other place.
There's no credits on this, so you don't know who drew
I wouldn't want my name on
I wouldn't want my name on there either.
Exactly.
Well, I will say this, like a little... we haven't talked. Well, we did years ago, but the Leech mini comic cover was originally it was drawn by Larry Houston, but it was repurposed for something else. Like it's not Leech, it's Skeletor holding his battle axe with He-Man striking at it. Because Larry shared that with James Talk. So the original cover was He-Man fighting Skeletor, and it was swapped and replaced with a real shitty looking Leech. So it kind of makes you wonder, like, what else had happened to these mini comics that, were they repurposed? Were they starting out as something more coherent and cohesive and turn into? Yeah, see right there.
Oh, wow.
I never knew for the longest time that was Leech holding an axe, but it's a repurposed pose of Skeletor holding his axe against He-Man, and Leech was just drawn in there. And only the cover I think was the only thing drawn by Larry Houston. The interior certainly wasn't. Pretty messed up stuff.
Maybe Grimm knows who did this.
I hope it was drawn by a caveman.
I mean,
yeah. Actually, Caveman could come up with something better.
Yeah.
They keep making Mantenna's. They take the color out on the smaller pages. This isn't the first time they've done that.
No.
The other pages, his face doesn't have any color.
In both, you got the one up top where Cyclone gets entangled, and then the one where Teela and Zoar are picking him up. His head is colored white again there too.
Yeah, but there's a page, I think page 2 or 3, when he's on there. He's got a white face as well.
Yeah,
it was on that other one right there.
Yep.
Oh, what? Yeah. What? Right here? Oh, yeah. See, I didn't even notice Mantenna standing behind
like,
Horde right there.
Yeah.
I mean, right there. Yeah, Ram is right. He looks just like a praying Mantis right there.
He
doesn't
look
like Mantenna at all. You would never know.
Grizzlor is so bad.
He looks like an ant or something.
Yeah.
Like
those are his two antennas, like an
ant. More like antennas,
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I mean, and like Man at Arms.
Grimm says Satan did this.
Yeah. I'm certain he did. Al Pacino did it. Yep.
And Jenny K says this comic is like a fever dream.
A real bad one. Yeah.
Exactly. What is Horde? Picture of Horde.
Like Man at Arms just touching him in the arms, like, oh,
bam, and he's like, ah.
And then the close-up of him too.
Look at He-Man here, or Adam, rather.
God,
transforming. Look how bad that is.
His
teeth. He looks like at Prince Adam right here. Looks like what happens 7 days after you watch the Ring video, and she comes.
Yeah,
that's what he looks like right there.
Hey, that dude needs a dental plan. That dude's back teeth are touching his bottom teeth. Like that is not right.
Yeah. Which I know for Ren, this is really hitting harder for him because he's just dissecting the shit out of this, and for good reason.
I was flipping through, man, and I had it on my tablet, so I had it kind of big. And I'm looking, I'm like, oh my God. And I'm trying to read it and not look at the pictures as much. I'm like, oh, that's trash. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, I'm going to talk about this shit right here.
Oh, I'm hoping you weren't going into this thinking that maybe we were going to
disagree with you and
think that we liked it or something.
No, I damn sure hope not, man. I was like, oh, is Randall's hair pink? Like his whole eyebrows and everything.
Yeah, everything.
And Cringer just pops in on us like, oh, I'm here.
Yeah.
I haven't been around all day, but Tony, he looks like he should be on a
Oh, and I love this. And in an instant, He-Man and his little friend are teleported to Eternia. What the fuck?
So the Power Stone teleports now.
How? And not only that, but look at how he lands. Shit.
It's like his legs are going to collapse within themselves. Like it's just his shin's going to be popping out of his legs here in a second. Like
it's the power of transportation.
Yeah, like that's how he's kind of acting right there. Like he's very simple tricks and nonsense right there.
and oddly enough, man, that second panel is the best drawn panel in the whole book.
I won't even give it. King Randor looks like a grouchy old man on the back there too.
I mean, at least it looks like Mechanex's proportion.
Mechanex's
a little bit.
Good. Like the goggles are obviously way too big, but his face looks pretty cool. He-Man's face looks decent compared to the rest of the book.
Compared to the rest, I'll give you that.
It's still ugly. I mean, it's all ugly. But
absolutely.
I will say Orko probably looks the best in that panel still.
But Orko's not.
He's disproportionate. He looks
Visually,
very, he looks much bigger up top. Like he's,
Yeah.
almost in scale with, the rest of the heroic warriors. And like Teela's
Yeah.
head's just barely poking over He-Man. It's just like this guy really had no idea how to draw groups. Like this guy could not draw one character. I mean, correctly.
Look at
let
Horde,
alone,
man. Look at that.
I mean, and then Horde, Grizzlor's ears just got bigger, or his hair shrunk.
And what is going on with Mantenna here?
Yeah, looking more like an ant again.
Now he's looking like he's melting or something.
Yeah, he does. Looks like he's looking at the Ark of the Covenant right now.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know what they were just like. Let's get this done, man.
Yeah.
You know.
It's so weird.
You know
though,
what
because...
I bet? I bet it was one of those assholes who like, oh, it's easy to draw. I can draw. Well, then you draw it, and they tried, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, and that probably was, and because they relied on this
Mm-hmm.
asshole, they had no time to go back and fix it. So we just got to turn it in, get it published, and get it packaged.
Yeah, put it in there and keep it moving.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Because when you see how good some of those other Horde books, like Horde Axe and Grizzlord, like, God, how the hell did you guys screw the pooch on this one?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm doing something. It's uploading.
Yeah, Grizzlord looks like the Grinch right there.
Yeah, he does.
Yes, he does. Or something from
go.
The Howling. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Jesus. And hey, this is proof because we always say this when we're doing these shows, and I think it's usually Joe. And you and Joe and Tyler go back and forth on it. When people are like, "You only like the old stuff." Here you go. Here is proof that not all that shit back then was good.
No, not all the old stuff is good.
No, and we've covered the shitty ones.
Look at He-Man down in the bottom right.
I know.
Oh yeah. It's over.
And that is one of the shittiest fight scenes you could ever imagine.
Yeah, look at that.
It's not a fight. Man. What the fuck is going on?
You still got Clawful still in the mix there, fighting with Grizzlor's hair, and Mantenna has Clawful's hand, or Grizzlor has Clawful's hand.
Yeah.
And on the backside there,
like on the far right.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is that Leech? Because it looks like a cat monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks familiar. I don't know what.
And
it
then
looks like.
and panel number
like
2 looks like Leech is like resting his head on Grizzlor's shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like,
he's like,
holding. I'm scared.
And there's Hordak doing the same face, like.
Yeah. And then Hordak getting bitched out, getting trapped in his own holding cell in the fight
How
zone.
did he transport Hordak to his own cell?
I know that shitty caption. That shitty caption. And with lightning speed, the evil menace to eternity is vanquished, blasted back to the fright zone with no explanation.
Yeah.
Trapped in his own holding cell. There's your explanation. No explanation.
Jesus.
Dude.
The end.
Well, I mean, He-Man looks so feminine in that middle panel too. Like his head is like shrunk up. He just looks like a real daisy right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fedmon says next to the oof is Whiplash in the shadow. I don't know.
I don't know. You could say, honestly, you could probably say this to anybody at this point. You could say it's Hordak.
Yeah, with the one is, I guess that might be Clawful's arm.
That's Claw. Yeah, it's one of Clawful's hands. Going up to grab. Well, I guess what appears to be Man at Arms' arm stretched out with a mace.
I don't know.
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
They didn't know while they were drawing it.
No, they clearly didn't know.
It's going back to what Rin had said earlier. These look like Dollar Tree ass bootleg figures.
Yeah,
that's what this comic is. Fucking.
I wouldn't even give it Dollar Tree, man. Like these are some yard sale.
Couldn't give them away.
Color in the lines shit. Like I just draw your own He-Man comic. This is. They just gave you a blank book.
Much like the Man at Arms shirt that I'm wearing today, I kind of want Joe to take this He-Man in the top panel and put that on a shirt, and I will wear that as well.
God.
I like celebrating the goofy shit like this.
That cool jump. Yeah.
Jeez.
I don't know how you're gonna fix that, Tyler.
What a piece of crap.
I believe in you, though.
This is the part that we get to. So it's called Mantenna and the Menace of the Evil Horde. So I think the first thing you want to do if you're going to fix this is actually make it about Mantenna, maybe.
Add him into the book more, and get his look correct at least. Or even if you can't draw him correctly, at least when he is in the book, color him correctly.
Right. We need a little
Let's do
consistency.
that.
Stick to
Color
some,
him
yeah,
consistently.
consistency, please.
Yeah.
Something. Nobody
Yeah.
looked the same in any panel that they were in.
No. It almost looked like 5 or 6 different artists had a page or two apiece.
And that is kind of like that new shitty comic that came out that they did.
Oh, the one you read? I did not read that.
Yeah. I honestly, I've forgotten most of it, but there's one that's just... So they had a variety of artists on it. It's regular comic book length. You're talking 21, 22 pages. And after... It's essentially Zodak and the Sorceress are there, and they're talking about all these different master verses. So you're
Is
getting...
that the one that came out this past week? Like,
Yes.
Okay.
So you're
I saw
getting...
that on the shelf and I didn't get it. It did have a bunch of different artists in it.
Please save your money.
Yeah.
So they had different artists working on it. So you go 2-3 pages. Here's another thing. One of the ones, because I don't want to go into too much detail on it, but there's one I just don't like the art style to it, and the whole thing is He-Man and Skeletor. It's like He-Man gets a video game console and Skeletor's jealous.
Are you kidding me?
And then they're gonna hang out and play video games together. I'm not fucking kidding. And I'm like, why? What are we doing? It's bad.
Man.
It's bad.
Gotta love it.
I'm not gonna get any of the images and show them up here because I don't know that.
We don't need to give those jack offs, any more attention than they're
it's
getting right
bad.
now.
It's like we said. I mean, I don't know how people are enjoying it. Whatever, their prerogative, but it is not a good comic. I did not like it. I read it. I'm like, what are we doing here? I get the idea.
And you're the most open-minded of us.
Yeah, and I get the idea. Hey, we're showing all these other. Yeah.
You're willing to forgive some of the bad stuff that like the new stuff does.
Yeah. But this is it's a tough sell. I get what they're trying to do. Hey, there's all these different universes with He-Man in them. Sure, whatever.
They're just trying to be Marvel.
They probably only sold it to Die Hard. Die Hard gotta have 100% of everything He-Man fans.
And those kind of people are fucking stupid.
I'll mention another part. I'll mention one more part, and I won't talk about it anymore. So there is a section where it's He-Man and Orko, and Scareglow shows up, and Adam's gonna transform, and he transforms into Castle Grayskull, man.
Oh yay!
Yeah.
I swear to God, this must have been
He-Man does.
Yeah.
Like Prince Adam turns into Castle Grayskull, man.
Yes, it's
either they're trying to sell toys, man. They're trying to sell toys. They must plan on making one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna show the images. I'll find the comic.
I swear to God, like Scott Knightly's influence is still being felt today. Son of a bitch. It's like the guy just started making random decisions, and people are just like, oh, "We'll fucking go with it." 10 years from now, even. This has got to end, people. When will this?
Yeah, it's
Gotta
Adam.
Love anarchy.
It's Adam. He says, "By the horror of Grayskull."
By the horror?
I am the horror, and he turns into Castle.
Wow.
Okay.
Hang on.
Okay.
Fuck it.
And I'm sure it doesn't explain how he knew how to do that.
No.
Or why the fuck does he turn into that shitty idea Castle Grayskull, man?
There you go.
God, looks
I'm
fucking
not
ugly
gonna show
too.
it, but let me show it. That's so trash, man.
God, and that design is just fucking atrocious. Anyway, it's stupid. It was like a fucking joke, and someone thought it was really cool.
I am the horror.
I am the horror. And
fucking Castle Grayskull, man.
So he's the opposite of Scareglow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
All they did was just
glad I left that on the shelf.
It for people that you wanna blame here.
Yeah, let me see a list of assholes.
The script of this comic, Tim Seeley, he's the one behind it.
Tim Seeley.
Yeah.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he worked on the shitty Thundercats He-Man crossover with Rob David, and he drew the Batman Turtles crossover. Yeah, I think he heard our review of the Thundercats crossover, and Joe was like, "We loved your art." And I said, "Well, Speak for yourself. I didn't think it was that good. Sorry.
The art wasn't my problem with that book. It was
What's that?
The art wasn't the worst.
The art was not the problem with that book. Was that
the story.
Fucking abysmal abomination of a story by that asshole.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I liked. I didn't think it was the greatest, but I kind of enjoyed the art on the crossover. One of them. There were a few, I think.
They did a bunch of shitty crossovers.
Yeah, the Thundercats and the He-Man one, but I think one of them I did enjoy the artwork on. But
and I'd seen Tim's work on like the Turtles Batman crossover. I thought that looked fine.
It looked alright. Yeah,
it was fine.
I like that animated movie quite a bit.
Yeah, the movie was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I'm just it's like the people like DC has no idea what to do with him, and so they just put it together like these shitty crossovers, crossover with DC multiple times, where they had shitty outfits and shitty stories. It's like they really don't like He-Man, and like it's beneath them to put He-Man in anything, let alone a crossover. So let's make sure we diminish the value and the fans for liking this, and just make it look substandard as possible. And that's why I'm sick and tired of this shit. So let's I
just don't understand these companies that have these properties and don't allow people who are fans of the property do the writing and do the.
Because they're afraid it might actually turn out well, Ren. It might be good.
That's so anti-business to me. Like it makes no sense. Like why would you not want to sell as many copies as possible? Like.
Right. But even when DC got the rights to do He-Man again, from day one, it really came off like they really did not look at it as a superior property to be involved with DC. It really came off like we'll just keep it off to the side and we'll say, "Hey,
who do
remember
you
the
think
80s?"
would do a better job with it?
I don't think anybody at this point. Nobody in modern right now, not even Marvel. I think their modern shit sucks too. So it really just needs to be like an independent company.
Yeah.
Kind of like when Val and Emiliano started their MV Creations.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's independent. It's away from everybody else. I know Mattel had a lot to say with what they could do, but they did the best they could, given all these constant limits they kept putting on them. But still, it was
IDW and like Dark Horse. They're doing really good with their outside properties. Like they don't do a lot of crossover stuff unless it's like gimmicky. Like I know IDW did like Turtles and Power Rangers, and they did Turtles with Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
but it's like stuff that you kind of think would go together.
Yeah, Turtles and Ghostbusters. New York. It makes sense for them. They would cross paths.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But like Rob David and Tim Seeley wanted to do Turtles and He-Man. Like that makes no fucking sense at all.
That makes no sense. Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So much that the concept artwork to Leonardo dressed like He-Man popped up. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It looks stupid.
I thought that looked okay.
Oh God.
It looked. I know someone got a tattoo of it. Of that.
I think it was
that Leo He-Man thing.
Yeah, it looks fine. I like
got a tattoo of it.
No, I don't like that idea. I'm not trashing his tattoo, but I'm like, no, it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, this is
it just was. It was just shitty fan fiction, is what it was. It made no sense.
No, I was just gonna say this is coming from the guy that wanted to get fucking Randy Orton's tribal back tattoo.
Hey, I thought it would look cool on me. What can I say? But I didn't do it.
I wish you would have gotten it.
I didn't do it.
Fucking great.
I didn't do it. No tattoos for me. No
I was gonna say
for
you're done with that idea, right? That you'll never explore that. There'll never come a time where you're like, you know what? I would like to have that on.
No. And that was just a brief phase, and never not knowing how much those things cost. That was where I was working at Wade's for like peanuts. So
oh yeah,
yeah. So no,
how much does a tattoo cost? I don't have any.
It varies. It varies on
less than 100. Could be
like
$70.
The size and like the detail of it.
The size, the detail, how long it takes them. Like
the artist, the
like this
tattoo parlor.
Yeah, this one cost me, and then you got to tip them too, because that seems like a very terrible thing if you don't tip them. I want to say I
like your creature one.
I actually don't remember how much it cost. I think it was like $375 or something.
Okay.
Yeah,
that seems about what I
recently.
imagine.
That would have been
last summer, wasn't it?
September.
Okay.
I believe it was.
Yeah, this one cost me. Can you see it? I know I'm kind of.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
you know you're kind of what, Ren?
I'm kind of white. But yeah, that one cost me a little bit.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's
it's very detail oriented. It's
and
a
then it
lot
goes
there.
up to my shoulder here, and then I've got a piece on my chest, and
nice.
this side I've got some, and a big one on my back. So I've only got a couple of tattoos, man.
Yeah, only a few.
Yeah, only a couple. Yeah.
Are you planning on getting more?
I plan to, but like you said, they're expensive.
Now when it comes to that, are you the kind of person you designing your own tattoos?
I design most of my own. Yeah,
okay.
I did.
Cool.
There's a few that I have, like this one on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
My camera's trash as well on my thing, but it says just ride.
Yeah,
and I should have designed it myself. The thing is, there's different techniques for different skin color, right?
Yeah.
So, the young lady that designed it was the tattoo artist, and she didn't take account for my skin tone, and so it's just too small. The letters are too small.
But now, hey, you can get it covered up. You can get covered up with something else.
I guess so, man. It's just a weird thing to cover. So
yeah. How do you how are you with the pain of a tattoo? Because when I got one on my shoulder, and then I got this one, and this I was there I think 2.5, 3 hours. She was working on it, and for the most part it was fine. I know a lot of people, oh, it's really tender, it's gonna hurt a lot, and I sat there and I'm like, it's annoying, but it's not like oh my god.
Well, this one in here is not as detailed as yours.
Yeah.
But it was painful, man. Like it hurt, but I've got a decent amount of...
Ren's a bitch. There we go. It's
it hurts. And the lady thought that it didn't hurt because I didn't move, but I'm like, I'm not gonna mess up my tattoo,
right?
Because I'm flinching and jerking and shit. She's like, "You doing all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm doing all right." She's like, "It doesn't look like it hurts." I'm like, I don't want you messing up my tattoo.
Well, I guess that's the other thing too, and that's another thing you got to take into consideration: the artist and how heavy-handed they can be. Because the heavier they are, the more it will hurt. And with this,
and I do have scarring on the one on my back with some raising. If they press too hard, it'll scar. And the guy was not very good. That did the one on my back. So
and then you got to worry.
To get it finished.
You got to worry about in the aftercare when it peels, and this didn't even peel that much at all. So it was a great experience. I had no problem with it. I'll probably go back because I was thinking maybe it's like let's just get some more Universal Monsters or something.
That'd be cool.
I will see how it turns out.
That'd be cool.
The
Universal Monster sleeve would be pretty fucking cool.
Rebecca, have you thought about tattoos?
I've not thought about it.
Oh, okay.
Not at all?
No.
Okay.
No.
If the
Nothing
Care
wrong
Bears,
with them. I just Care Bears.
Care Bears had a
tattoo.
You put one. get a Rebecca tattoo on your stomach. Like
what? Just her name or something?
Yeah, like a cat face on there. With the power of love, dude, it goes meow.
The Care Bears there.
A cat paw come out and punches the enemy.
And
then Tyler will get a tattoo of Castle Grayskull Man. It's his favorite.
Yeah, he jump out and be like, I'm the fear.
I would, if there was a gun to my head, I'd say just pull the trigger. I ain't fucking doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not representing
that exact one that we just saw.
Yeah.
No, I know you're pulling the trigger.
I'm not. Of all time.
You're gonna put that tattoo on a dead body because I'm not voluntarily wearing it.
I'm putting it on there, an open casket. Damn it, everybody's gonna see it.
Yeah, look at this.
Go ahead. I'll just haunt your old ass from the grave, and
Well, as long as you haunt me shirtless with that cool ass tattoo, like, man, look at that cool ass tattoo. You be like, boo.
I'll be like, behold.
Oh my god! All right. Well, let's transition back. Let's go back
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah. Let's get back.
fixing the Mantenna mini comic. Tyler, what ideas would you have to improve upon this?
I really, if I had my way, I would have set this up is that you had to buy all 5 members of the Horde and tell one cohesive story that if you wanted to. And the first one would be the Mantenna book, is that Mantenna shows up on Eternia for the first time, and Horak has sent him to scout what it's like on Eternia before he invades. And the whole book is Mantenna, interacting with the heroic warriors, fighting them, maybe spying on Snake Mountain, running into like Cobra Khan and Web Store, battling it out, kind of moving around all over the place with like a device that can transport him from one place to another, scouting what's Castle Grayskull looking like right now. Are there any massive threats on Eternia? He runs into He-Man and kind of set up for this one shot in the Horde mini comic where He-Man like sees Mantenna, he's kind of taken aback like Mantenna, like to play up that Mantenna really gave him a good fight to the point where like Mantenna makes him, like holy shit, who the hell's this guy? Who what is the Horde? And then you would set up the Horde, like He-Man goes and asks who is the Horde. Maybe have Malak to show up and like kind of go through some of the history books of like, all I can tell you right now is that the Horde were invaded, before Prince Adam was, or before you were born, Adam, and this and that, and then he goes and talks to the sorceress and just kind of unraveling who the Horde are. But it would be solely focused on Mantenna and nobody else showing up, and he's constantly reporting back to someone we don't see until the very end of the mini-comic where he goes back to the Fright Zone and lets him know, we got this, we can invade soon. And then you move to the Leech mini-comic, tell that story. And then you move to the Grizzlor one, the Modulok one, and then you cap it off with the big fight in the Hordak mini-comic where Hordak shows up, teams up with Skeletor, and all hell breaks loose. That's what I would have done.
Would you factor in the history with Skeletor and Hordak? That whole
eventually,
okay.
yeah, because I would set up that Mantenna would go to Snake Mountain, kind of scope it out, see what Skeletor's up to, and report that back to Hordak. But Skeletor or his warriors would spy on him or see him, have a brief fight, and then Skeletor recognizes the Horde symbol on Mantenna, and is like taken aback, like holy shit, like someone from the Horde is here on Eternia.
Yeah,
and has never met Mantenna before. Like these guys are like new to Skeletor. It was just Skeletor and Hordak. Gives Hordak the middle finger, takes off, conquers Infinita, comes to Eternia, and has no knowledge of like of Leech, Grizzlor, and Mantenna. Like Modulok, I would set him up as a member of the Evil Warriors, and then have him transition to
follow up kind of how they did in Filmation.
Yeah, that's what I would want to do with that. Which is shit, I almost spoil anything.
Well, the other thing I wanted to ask you then. With Mantenna going towards the end, would you start to factor in? Would you have a change of character for him towards the end, where he falls in line more to where Hordak is how you see in Filmation is always treating Mantenna poorly?
No. Mantenna would be a serious threat. Like when he's spying at Grayskull, he's spying on the royal palace. Eventually, he would get picked up or acknowledged by some of the heroic warriors. He kicks the shit out of all of them. He battles He-Man. It becomes a stalemate, and when Mantenna decides, you know what, we'll be back. We'll finish this some other time, and then takes the time corridor and goes back to the Fright Zone. But he would give He-Man such a run. Like He-Man's like, okay, I don't know who that was, but he was very fucking strong, like very imposing. Those eye beams, those blasts, damn near brought me to my knees. Like you don't leave the fight finished. You leave it like at a stop because it keeps He-Man thinking like, who the hell was that? Like it wasn't a pushover, set him up like the Horde is a big threat. They're coming. You're building it up. And if just one guy can leave that kind of impression on He-Man, who the hell's the rest of the faction? What are they like? And that's when you bring in Leech, which was kind of my idea when I did Leech mini comic a while back.
Yeah. Is
that he shows up and starts grabbing palace guards and taking it back to the Fright Zone to feed the beast monster just to be assholes. And that they're planning the invasion of Eternia soon enough.
I have this from a Grim. I'm going to put this there. But wait, you don't really have to have it be as He-Man's first encounter with Mantenna, nor the Horde, though, and then follow it up with, and you got to take care not to overpower him, else you end up with a problem in future stories where all of a sudden he's not able to overpower the forces of good as he used to.
No, it's just setting up them as a threat. You know, it's like they don't, you know, the fight isn't finished. Mantenna doesn't stay and continue to fight because He-Man would eventually beat him. But it's leaving an impression like, I don't know who this guy was, but you know, obviously he's because I don't want Mantenna to be a fool. I don't want any of the Horde members to be fools. At least in the mini comics, they need to be threatened or threatening. Excuse me. And that would be my perception.
What do you think about that idea, Ren? Does that sound good to you? You like that?
Of course.
No, no, it was good. It was good. I absolutely agree. I like the idea of having interconnected stories for anyone that is into those books. And if they get the whole set, then they have the whole series.
Yeah.
And they maybe would have been able to let the kids know that, okay, if you buy these 4, you have this story, and each one comes with one part. I mean, we were doing that with cereal back then. You know,
yeah,
you had to buy all the cereal to get all the rings or all the whatever to connect these things, or you know, collect them all. Like that could have been a secondary sale.
It's a good way to create demand for the kids.
Absolutely.
Like, I have to have this Leech figure. I have to complete the story.
I have to complete the set. You know, so that would have been a really good way for them to sell these figures and have this story go out there and have a decent story, maybe have a good artist. I really, outside of getting a better artist, and like, I know they wanted to have the Fright Zone in there, but I think the way that they introduced the Fright Zone and the freaking hand puppet was stupid as hell.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna transport anybody inside of the Fright Zone through the mouth of the monster. Like that was supposed to be the defense for the whole thing. So why would you do that? And besides, on the toy, the cage was on the outside anyway. You know, so whoever thought that this was a good idea to put into the story.
Yeah, and that Ren just said something there too that should have been done, is that the Fright Zone should have been given its own mini comic.
Yeah.
Because the Fright Zone is never used, well, really at all. It's pretty much just drawn in the background in all the mini comics that feature the Horde. It's there and that's it. The Beast Monster, we just saw it. That what we saw in the Mantenna book, he does not show up in the Hordak book, the Modulot book, the Grizzlor book, or the Leech book. It's like that itself. Like what needs like the Slime Pit had its own mini comic. The Fright Zone, it should have gotten its own mini comic. You know, where you're exploring
it better, because I was never a fan of the play set of I always liked it better in the Filmation and She-Ra, the Fright Zone. But then when you described it as like, well, that's kind of like the Fright Zone, a part, like a small piece of the Fright Zone on Eternia, kind of thing. I like that better, and I'm like, oh, that's more interesting to me than like the Fright Zone in the Filmation show was so grand and like so cool looking, and then just to see, I was kind of, because I saw that first. The Filmation show was my first introduction to it, so going from that to like the little play set, I'm like, that's kind of nothing compared to what it was. But
and I get that, because it is so grand, but I feel like you can make it both work. You really could like set that up like it's a very primitive, and that's why I like the idea that Hordak is not exposed to technology just yet. Because I kind of feel like if you had the real tech-based Fright Zone, you know, I kind of feel like it would make no sense for him to have this primitive cave with this large monster that he feeds victims to and puts in a cave. It's almost like it almost kind of looks like a torturing ground.
I was gonna say that would be a good way to interrogate people too, to get information out of them.
So do you think like when they were first on Eternia, when he took Princess Adora as a baby, like he wasn't as technological.
Yeah.
So
That would be because I still what I would really love to do, and I've said it before, is have Modulok be the guy that plants the seed of like technology is the future for you, Hordak. I bring with you, all these great devices. Let me, because we see in Filmation when you see Modulok for the first time, he's doing the arm altering weapons.
Mhm.
So I like to think that he's the guy that taught Hordak how to use technology with his black magic and sorcery to turn his whole body into, arm cannons, flamethrowers, turning his whole body into rockets and all these other things, that he was all about sorcery and black magic before Modulok came along. So, and then the Fright Zone grows into this big factory and producing the Horde troopers and Dialamog and, and multibots and
I
things like that.
really like that.
Yeah.
Because Hordak is like a Dracula-like type character, upgraded with technology kind of thing. He is like the Nosferatu kind of thing. So to have him in this dark cave-like thing at first, and then upgraded with like technology, that's really cool to me.
Yeah, I would love to do something like that, because I think that original look of Hordak, we can all agree, is one of the coolest designs of the entire line. It's very simple. He looks like an evil sorcerer, but a vampire also, and it's like Hurricane Hordak and Bustle Hordak are all these tech-based upgrades, with the arm attachments and the chest exploding with the saw blade, like things that would be introduced by Modulok, since Modulok is a scientist that turned himself into
power hungry. He's just eating it up. He's like, yes, if this can get me more power, absolutely.
Yeah, but not so much like they did in the shitty DC book where he looks like something out of the damn Matrix, where he's just like floating down with all these like wires and shit. Like, what the fuck is this, man? This is so stupid.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, God, it was so bad. I think Joe was reading that shit because he likes to torture himself. He likes shoving spoons up his ass.
Ren, with them, with Tyler and Rebecca talking a little more about Modulok and the technology aspect of it and what he brings to the Horde, does that change your opinion on him at all, or you still think he's just straight up trash?
No, Modulok is a garbage character, man. Like, there's no. Dude, there's no bringing Modulok back from pure dump land. Like, you guys know about Mount Trashmore, right? In Virginia Beach? No.
No.
Well, back in the 80s, I think we had a big trash dump, and it's right off the side of the interstate, and they built a mound over top of it, and they call it Mount Trashmore, and you can go and walk on it. Well, that's where he was born.
You should save this.
I may have to make some revisions to my mini comic here and include a little bit more of the Beast of 1,000 Bodies, just to piss off Ren.
Well, I actually I think someone is watching the show, and they're like, hey, you should play this. So
I have an idea about who this person might be.
Damn,
I'm gonna
and Ren's not gonna like it,
go
probably.
to sleep.
I'm gonna here you go.
Well, he could hear this message. Hey Ren, what the fuck are you talking about? That Modulok is trash. You out of your fucking mind? I swear when I kick you right in your goddamn dick. Modulok. You realize how cool this motherfucker is? How bad he is? What he can do? He's a mad scientist. He can create all these amazing devices and weapons. He can turn his body into a million parts in the Filmation cartoon, turn his parts into weapons, but as the toy in the mini comic and other comics, split in a million pieces. How the fuck can you defeat what you can't hold, what you can't get, what you can't grab? He's split apart. Just when you think you have him, he's split. He's choking you around the neck. He's breaking your arm. He's you in the dick 1,000,000 times with your motto. Are you fucking crazy? The Horde, the evil warriors. He can create his own faction. He is fucking unstoppable. He's trash. You are fucking nuts. But I do love you, man. God bless you.
Your thoughts?
I love that Ren's on the show now. I love all this.
I'm no longer the most controversial person on this podcast.
I know, right?
Yeah. Ren's just carrying around that championship belt of controversy, proudly there. Yeah.
He's ruffling feathers here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we kind of needed
Screw-
that, you know.
Screw Modulok,
Yeah.
man. That guy.
Joe
Dude,
spitting
dude.
fighting words. Oh well.
He's spitting something. Gargled mess. Talking about Modulok kicking somebody in the dick. What the hell? Go to bed.
Go to bed. Oh fuck. Tyler, is it? Do you? You said the story's finished. Did you want to reveal any of that stuff tonight, or is it just pretty much saying, "Hey, it's
I
done"?
guess if we want people's interest, if we want people to give Ren their money, we need them to,
Yeah,
I
we
guess,
gotta
to know.
We
Yeah,
got to figure it out. We got to figure out where we're doing this, and
I'm gonna tell you guys what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start doing a couple of pages. I'll sketch some pages out, and then hopefully that will garner some interest. And we'll see if we can get the ball rolling, man. I'm not gonna wait or anything like that, and see what we can do. Whenever I have time, I'll kind of jump on it a bit, and we'll see if we'll pop it up on the page and on the Facebook page or whatever pages you guys have, Fans of Power, and on here, and
yeah, we'll
see
show
if
off.
people get excited about it.
Yeah, it's like you like that, and I'll pay up.
Because maybe there's a small chance that my mini comic will look like this one we just reviewed, and people say, there's no fucking way.
You know, it'd be funny.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be funny is if you purposely drew it like shit. That would be great. It's like, all right, Tyler, you're really gonna love it, and we reveal it here on the show to Tyler.
Oh,
It just looks like shit.
I was like, what? People keep your money, man. We're done with this project.
That'd be good.
God, I will say, go ahead, Nathan.
No, you go ahead.
No, a lot of what I wrote here was like playing up to things that I love what Ren does which is his use of shadows.
Yeah.
Like Ren does some phenomenal shadow work, and I'm like, I wrote some stuff in here that plays up to that strength that he's got. Like I guess I can go. Do you guys want me to reveal the name of the book at least? Because I have the title.
Let's just go with the name.
Okay, all right. The name is called Jitsu's Nightmare.
Okay, that means a variety of things if you start to think.
That could be a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just excited to hear more Jitsu stuff.
Yeah. He's featured prominently in it. So,
I sure hope so, man. No background 3 times in the book.
No,
Mantenna.
No, this is and I actually felt pretty good because I went back and made a few revisions, like changing some dialogue and cutting out a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I got it to 14 pages, about 5, no more than 6 panels per page, and of course Ren could combine stuff to make it work, however he wants. But hope, it works for Ren and it makes sense and everything. And but it's no more than 6 panels per page. There's some splash panels to emphasize, some because I had in my mind like how Ren could draw this. Like I have like one particular battleground that has not been used that much. I think people will like. There's fights, so I think Ren will have fun, like illustrating the fights or doing his own. I want Ren to have fun with it. I don't want him to be restrained. But
that was something I was actually gonna ask Ren. Is when it comes to commissions and drawing, is that sort of the main focus of doing this? Do you ever get a time where you're just drawing something on your own accord, or is it always just work in that regard?
No. Well, it's for the most part is work now. I've been doing this full time for quite a few years. Commissions are of course in itself work, right?
Yeah.
But there's always the times when you have projects that you're interested in, right? Like I'm big time into comics, obviously, and I'm big time in the 80s cartoons and stuff like that. So, like for instance, I just finished a piece today. I'm working on a wrestling toy line.
Oh yeah,
which is based on Remco
Yes.
style figures.
Oh,
So you guys know
cool.
about that, right?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to actually. I want to. Sorry to jump in.
Yeah, no problem.
Motto you like this, but is Ethan Page the one behind the toy line, or do you know? Because he's been talking about it a lot too on his YouTube channel. Because I follow him, and for people that don't know, Ethan Page, he's a huge Power Rangers fan, loves collecting other toys. He's a wrestler in AEW, and I think he's got a hand in this line you're working on. So I'm just sitting there. My world is gradually getting smaller. I noticed that.
There's a guy named Rocky. The one I'm in contact with is a guy named Rocky.
Okay.
And he knows a lot of these wrestlers. He's the one that's getting the licensing from each of the wrestlers.
What's the name of the line again? Because I'll look it up and I'll bring it up so people can get an idea of what's going on here. The other thing I wanted to mention when I say my world is getting smaller, I've been following the wrestler Danhausen before he got signed to AEW. I think he's funny. He's kind of like a good Simpsons character brought to life. He's got this mixture to him where he's sort of like a horror character, but he's funny in that regard. But one of his videos, he ran into at a convention Pixel Dan, and Pixel Dan gifted him his book to Danhausen. And who is it that's filming Pixel Dan's video? Val Staples. And I'm like, what the okay. So it's just like we're all getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Come on, Ren, you're working on this. You don't even know the name of it. Come on.
I'm trying to get you guys the actual logo.
All right.
Cool.
Is that yours?
No, that's not mine, but I will show you. That's their header for their. But I didn't do that one. But I did do.
He did the Road Warriors work.
I did the Road Warriors and Buff Bagwell and
Scott.
Oh wait, I've seen pictures of those.
Yeah, here you go.
Yeah,
so
of the figures.
I did the box art for those. Yeah.
Yes.
So I just finished, and he hasn't announced it yet, but they're doing a Eddie Guerrero figure.
Oh hell yeah!
And I can't show that one, but yeah, these are the boxes. The box art. I did the box art and the rock splash for.
I don't know why I was playing.
I don't know if you guys can see that.
But here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did the box art and on this side. So the figures are made by I can't remember his name right now, but they're in production now. The pre-order has already begun, and yeah. So I'm hoping. I think he was talking about trying to get to PowerCon, but he hasn't talked to me about going up there. But yeah, I just sent him the image for the Eddie Guerrero today, and he loved it, and he said he's excited to get done with. The series 2, and so that type of stuff, I'm not huge into wrestling per se. He hooked me in because the toys are reminiscent of the Remco figures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
those were badass. I like the Remco wrestling.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah.
I had some of those when I was a kid.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, I'm in on this. I can do that, absolutely. So it's not always work. I'm trying not to do this, but there's another guy, you guys know him, and he's giving me these really good ideas with these characters that I really like, and so it's not necessarily work. Of course, I've got to eat, right?
But he's a pain. What you're trying to say? He's a real big pain in the ass to deal with, huh?
On a different level, I like the fact that he loves these old cartoons and things like that, but he's on this weird podcast that I like, and he's got these stupid ideas about which characters are cool, and there was this freaky dude with these fucked up feet, and he's like, yeah, that's a cool character, and I'm like, how the hell can this guy live with himself? But outside of that, You know, he's
I'm just
cool.
curious, you know,
Huh?
the guy that's asking, like, what kind of character has fucked up feet that he's wanting you to draw? I'm just
Well,
curious.
actually,
He didn't
wait.
ask me to draw that character. It was this weird dude. He had his Spider-Man character, Tarantula. Wasn't that his name? He was like a French Mexican
He
character.
asked you. Well, Tarantula is not French Mexican. He's his Hispanic for sure. But
Oh,
I'm sure I know that guy. I don't recall him ever asking you to draw Tarantula. Not one
he
time.
never asked me. No, I never said he asked me. I said he had bad taste in some characters.
Apparently, we got a little bit of breaking news here. Apparently, Tyler's Mantenna mini comic idea, the cover of that, has leaked somehow. Tyler, I don't know how this got away from you, but there we go.
What the hell?
Oh yeah.
If only I had
no.
some technology. That was quick.
Man,
Somebody did that.
he works fast.
Yeah.
Uh,
I actually I appreciate that though, because at least that's fun and it's a bit edgy there and not just like, you know, sloppy, you know, child drawings.
Yeah.
You know,
The double middle fingers is what kicked it off.
Yeah, which I would like to see that on a T-shirt. There, that'd be awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
So who's the monsters in the? Who's that in the back?
I think it's the Beast Monster. Looks like. Yeah, and there's the tree. Yeah, the
there's
tree's
the tree in
top.
the top left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, McKenna, fuck you.
We should get that put on a shirt. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I would gladly buy that. Greg,
Yeah.
if you want to put that up on TeePublic or something like that, send me the link and I'll buy it. Like
Yeah.
color.
Yeah,
He's got to color it. I want him
you
to
gotta
color it.
that.
Well, how
Yeah.
about the black and white version and a color?
Sure. Yeah, we'll have the variant,
not?
but it's only up for a limited time. You got to buy it like by
The black and white
yeah,
one will be available at Power.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, get that thing printed out, man.
Yeah.
Sell them at the tables.
That was good. Yeah. But I will say, like, I'm pretty proud of this story that I wrote here. Like, I hope Ren likes it. I hope he enjoys, you know, reading it, and he's like, man, dumbass white boy. You know. I you know, so I hope you do like it. Rebecca, you want to read it?
yeah, I want to read it.
All right, Nathan, you want to read it?
Oh no, I don't want to.
I'm just saying. You know.
No,
Yes.
Nathan, you can't read it. You'll be the only one that doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah. Send it to me. God,
right,
I'm
yeah,
surprised you
I'll-
hadn't sent it to me already. Honestly.
I don't know. Part of me was just like,
we
you
were
know,
friends.
You know, I was just going to send it to Ren initially. I'm like, you know what? Nathan's read everything I've written. So is Rebecca. Like, why not?
Yeah, you
Get
got
their, you know.
Wait,
Okay,
All right.
so now I feel like shit.
Why?
You haven't sent me anything else. Like,
I haven't
this
sent
is the
it.
second time you guys talked
no-
about what things that you've written, and I think last week they were like,
All right,
yeah,
well, you know,
I
one of the
like
things
that.
I've written is on our YouTube channel. You have not bothered to check out, which is the Leech mini comic I did.
I'll send you the.
And then I've also done that entire Clamp Champ Ninja story, which is just them two fighting in the caverns below. I have the storyboards for that. I would love for you to complete that. Like, you know, Carson just disappeared, did the layouts, but then he just disappeared. So I still have the actual story and the layouts, and you can just work your magic and just draw a Clamp Champ.
Man, let me look at it. At the very least, let me look at it, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let me look at it.
Cool.
We got this from Fedmon. Ren and Tyler at least need to do an arm wrestling match at PowerCon this year.
Yeah, we'll see if Val can set up like a booth and we can have a ring and
that would be badass.
All that stuff. We'll be
that
like
would
over
be
the
badass.
top.
Yeah, it'd be like
Hey, there was a guy at
Ren will have a hat on and turn it around.
You guys know anything about ZoloCon?
Mm-mm.
Is that the one Zolo World puts on?
Zolo World in New Jersey.
Yeah.
There's a guy that he's a toy seller, and he's a really short guy, and he wanted to arm wrestle me. This was before the show had started, and we arm wrestled like 4 or 5 times, and I beat him like every time. Last week he told me that I had fucked his elbow up. And I was like, dude, I'm so sorry, but I'm not sorry. Like, you were talking shit the whole time.
Yeah, you hear that, Tyler? You hear that? He's gonna fuck your arm up.
Hey, well, I mean, it's the last time I arm wrestled somebody was Gary, who was the stock manager at Owens, and he was a big burly guy, and he did beat me, but you know, I hung in there for a while, but I also overstrained a particular muscle right here too.
Yeah.
So it's and I don't train to arm wrestle. I have since trained forms a lot more harder over the years. So I can do some pretty.
You guys could just work the match.
Yeah.
Just work it.
I could have everyone think I'm going to win and just throw the whole match.
Hey, I'll tell you what. If you guys YouTube, if you search me on YouTube, I'm on their arm wrestling. So
Okay.
All right.
whenever you guys get a chance, just type in Ren McKenzie arm wrestling, and there's little clips. They're so hilarious. It's so hilarious.
Yeah, we'll have to do something like that, or we have to recreate the Carl Weathers Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the Carl Weathers.
Yeah, but we have to make sure that when we our hands have to like pop. None of this like slight, it has got to be like an explosion.
Do like
has
this,
to happen. Yeah, no, none of that shit. No. We're not gonna do like how India plays do this thing. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like
Holy shit, man! All right, I didn't find the arm wrestling one, but check this shit. I'm not gonna play it.
Oh
check
hell, you found that one?
No, just check. Who's that guy, man? Who the fuck is that guy? When are you bringing that back?
Hey, that's
awesome.
that guy, man. I'm telling you, I was a bad dude.
I won't play it with the sound. Yeah, he's like, yeah, what's up, man? What you
that
want?
was an interview I did with the Artist Spotlight guys.
Look how dark your beard was, man.
Yeah, I know. I was fucking young, man.
It just says only 5 years ago. What the fuck? What happened, man?
Cut it out. Cut it out. I got stressed.
I'll be right back, guys.
It's all Tyler and his shitty ideas making you older, huh?
my shit was black 3 months ago.
Just for man, he'd be all right.
Yeah, man. Listen, I gave up on I was dying it for a little while, man. But I was like,
I think it's great to just embrace it. Who gives? Because I'm starting. You can't see it on here on camera, but like I have tons of just white hairs just sprouting here and like under here and getting in my chin a little bit. So hell yeah, man. Whatever.
I love mine, man. I love mine now.
And the ladies love it too.
I guess so. They don't tell me about it.
Yeah, the salt and pepper look is really sexy.
Yeah.
So just can confirm that. I try to tell John that all the time, and
Joe loves it, Ren.
Joe loves it more than anybody else.
Yeah,
he's loving it real good right now. Well, let's I'll pass it along to the chat. If you guys have any questions for us, go ahead and put them down below. Because last night when Tyler and I did our long ass 3-hour show, he's like, 10 o'clock. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm like, you know what? We'll just see if this is gonna happen. We got 20 minutes, so we'll see. I think I can get him to stay a little bit past.
Yeah, we're gonna do 10 o'clock.
Yeah, all right.
We're gonna do 10 o'clock.
Yeah, Ren's got shit to do. I thought we were just gonna start drawing more stuff.
I probably will. I lie and say I'm gonna go to bed, but I'm probably gonna draw something.
It's like anything else, right? There are days you wake up and you're like, you know what? Do you give yourself a break in that regard? I'm not going to do this today.
Yeah, sometimes you have to, man. Like, art is something that you have to be in the mood for, or you have to force yourself to be in the mood for. And if you force yourself, sometimes the work doesn't come out as good as you wanted it to.
Yeah.
So there'll be days where, like, I've got a list right here of stuff that I wanted to do yesterday, and I got through everything. And outside of making a list, sometimes you're just not motivated to do anything creative. You want to do something else. My biggest problem is getting distracted. I've always been a kid that looks out the window, or when I was in school, I'd get distracted by something. And I drift off into my imagination, but I have to keep focused. I have to keep the television off. I have to stay off the phone or, whatever. And I have to turn some music on and just blank everything out and get to work. And then I can get everything done. But,
here's a good one. What music do you like to listen to? Do you have a specific type of music when you're drawing? Does it vary from what you would listen to when you're not drawing?
No, I usually put everything on random. I listen to a very large range of music.
Same here.
When I was in the military, I would find things in the different countries that I go to, and I still have music that I have no idea what they're talking about. I just like the sound of it. So yeah, there's only a couple of genres of music I absolutely cannot listen to.
Country?
So I can't stand it.
We are brothers, man, because fuck
Yeah.
country.
I can't.
I like
stand
some
it.
stuff, but that's Emily's
I
fault.
hate it.
Yeah,
It's
I
Emily's
can't
fault.
stand it.
I get mad. I'm like, you're the. It's because of you. That I'm like, all right, that song's actually
Yeah.
not bad, so it's all her fault.
Oh.
Did you ever get your dog back?
Yeah, the dog ran away. The car broke down. The wife left.
I'm
telling
drunk
you
on my
the truth,
front
man.
porch. I left my
Every
subs in the
country song,
bucket.
if you
Whatever.
play
the
it
fuck.
backwards, you'll be a rich man.
I always said that I think that's one of the easiest jobs in the world as a country music songwriter because
Yeah.
it's so fucking easy to do. You just put
Mhm.
beer, God, and tractor.
And most
song.
of them they're just
It's
talking.
Prince
They're not
Money.
actually singing. They're talking. They're just.
Well.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Here are some questions. Our first comes from Joe Amato. Ren, how long is our PowerCon hug going to last?
Joe's gonna make it last a
1.3
long
seconds,
time.
and it's gonna be an Oprah hug.
Oh yeah.
I know what he's talking about too. Yeah.
Yeah, 3
Yep.
pats and let me go.
I picture Joe just jumping on you and just
Matter of
latching on.
fact, we need some ground rules, mask guy. Under overarm, right? Right arm over, left arm under. So both of us are this far with our faces.
There's no
I don't-
cheek
I
to
don't-
cheek, right? You don't want to feel Joe's
I don't
cheek.
want to be able to see whatever, weird, creepy underwater face you got under that mask. And I don't want to smell whatever's coming out from under there. So like this,
That's fair.
and do not look in my direction when you speak to me. Hey, mask guy. Hey, Frank, or whatever you're going to call me. I don't want my chest. I don't want my nipples anywhere near yours. Don't touch my chest.
Don't touch tips either. All right, Joe.
Do not put your freaking second navel on my ding ding. And 3 taps and back up.
I may have to ask Joe if he'll just purposely go just cup your crotch just to see what.
Hey man, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
What's going on? What the hell?
And he yelled, "Hey Jenny, get a load of this!"
You know what? I'm bringing somebody with me that's gonna have the police on speed dial. You're not gonna molest me.
Yeah. All right. That's one of Ren's demands from Val. It's like, I want a personal security guard with me at all times. This is gonna be tasering the shit out of Joe with like cattle prod. Too close. Too close.
Back up, buddy. Yeah.
We'll have to just put Joe in a cage with a sign that says "Do not feed the Joe."
Yeah.
I'll throw
here's a-
peanuts at him.
We'll put Jenny in charge of taking care of that, making sure no one gets too close to the
And
cage.
Joe just starts like it'd be like a zoo animal when you go to see like the apes. He just starts throwing his shit at people. No, bad Joe. Spraying him with water.
Flipping it from up under.
Kid's
him
going
like
by
the
taking
one
the stick
video.
by his cage and
Matter of fact, Jenny, you know I love you. If you're still watching, get Joe one of those animal backpacks that looks like Moduloc, and you just hold on to the back of it
That'd be
so you can't escape.
oh, it's like wearing a harness.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
so-
yeah.
Like one of those kid harnesses.
Yeah.
Keep him on a harness and dress him up, and
Yeah,
that'll
'cause
be like one of the additions to his back or something, and you just hold on to the back leg.
Because we know he's gonna be humping some legs at PowerCon too. We don't know who's. You know,
True.
we don't know what kind of material Joe likes to feel. So if he,
Yeah.
Nathan, he could be humping Nathan's leg. He sure ain't gonna be humping my leg. I'll tell you that right now. I kicked the shit out of that wild Joe.
I'd probably just make it really awkward.
Yeah.
Like,
And Nathan would
get
be
it,
like, you like my
get it.
yeah. Joe would be egging him on.
Get girl. Here's a question from Grim 2. This is why when Tyler was gone. Question for Tyler's chair. If you love Tyler's Hordak idea, say something. If not, stay silent. This is when you were up and it was just the chair there. So he was asking
The chair read it, and it didn't like it.
What was the Hordak idea that? Oh, you mean my Hordak idea, or did he have one?
No, your idea.
Oh.
Yeah. If your idea was good for your chair to say something.
Oh,
Stay,
okay. So clearly,
stay silent if it was
clearly
shitty.
Grim did not like my Hordak idea. So
Oh, I liked your Hordak idea.
Yeah,
Grim,
it was decent.
but Ren,
Italian
Italians kiss when they hug, so yeah, you got to worry about that.
that is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Joe's an Italian black man, so we don't know how he's going to greet
Not
people.
with masks on. Like he's got those weird teeth on his mask. I don't want him anywhere near my face, man.
Oh, he might be, if he's wearing that Lucha Libre mask, his tongue might slip through the crack and just give Ren like a and have like garlic breath and shit. You know.
Yeah, I know. He'll lick you and be like, "Tastes like heaven."
What the hell?
Jenny says, "Keep him on a leash." Sorry, I'm not sure I can make the show yet. You are on your own, Ren.
Damn.
So we got a wild Joe running around.
Yeah, we got old feral Joe.
We don't have somebody with a water bottle to spray him.
I have to put John in charge of him or something like that.
Yeah. Joe Amato running around.
The Vulcan Jew dog whisperer, John McDonald.
You have like a little bag of Joe treats. He's got to constantly like hand to Joe, to keep him,
And if you guys
shitting
are saying,
on the floor,
and if you guys are like Vulcan Jew, what the fuck? That's what John called himself in our group.
Yeah.
That's what. Yes, and he is Jewish, so he's giving us the okay to refer to him as the Vulcan Jew.
Yeah,
which is a South Park reference for anybody who's all sandy vagina about it. And that's a South Park reference too.
Yeah,
so
it is.
I'm doubling up on South
He's
Park.
doubling up.
So
That's fine. It's on cable TV. It's okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, I don't want nobody. Well, I've been saying it for years. So if they're offended by this point, well, fuck you. It's just fine to say sandy vagina.
I make Ralph fuck you.
Yeah, because it makes you feel good. Ralph, sit down.
Here you go, Tyler. I'll let you read this next question. Go ahead.
Any members of Visionaries or Centurions? I had a Centurions coloring book, and that was the only thing I knew of Centurions, and I liked the coloring book a lot. And the Visionaries, I remember seeing them in the stores and really wanted them, but I never got an opportunity to own a single Visionary. Because holograms were cool as a kid. I thought the Supernaturals were awesome. The Battle Beasts didn't have holograms, but they had the sticker on that you could rub with your thumb and find out which faction they were a part of. But holograms were really cool on the toys, so Visionaries I always thought were really cool.
The Visionaries were cool.
Yeah, especially when they are articulated like a G.I. Joe, which I know Ren doesn't like that. But if you could bend their knees and their arms, and you could move their arms like all around, like I had so much fun playing with action figures that were like that a lot. So if I had the opportunity to own a Visionary, I would have loved it. It wouldn't have mattered if it was a good guy or a bad guy.
So you like the Infaceable? Do you remember seeing those?
I have a vague recollection of those. I never saw them in stores. It was like later on. But I remember what you're talking about, though. Yeah, I just thought like
those, I think the faces kind of melted off of them.
But there were so many like cool gimmick toys back then too that either didn't have a whole lot going for them or not. Because it didn't take much to play. But when you grew up in the '80s, at least as a young child, and you go into Hills and Kmart and Rose, you're like, holy shit, God, there was so much to choose from. Karate Kid toys to Battle Beast to, Centurions and He-Man and Turtles is coming along and Dino Riders, like Bionic 6. You're like, fuck, Ghostbusters.
Yeah, difficult decisions and sacrifices had to be made. You could only pick one thing.
Yeah, it was.
What are you going to do?
You got to go to one department store like once on a Saturday, maybe on a Friday too. Yeah. But that was it. And, if you're lucky, maybe you get a pack of trading cards or some bubble gum or something out of the 25-cent machine. Because getting a figure was like, this is it. It's getting that figure and that one movie rental for the weekend for yourself. It was a He-Man tape with Thundercats or She-Ra. That was you had to decide, is it going to be good? What's it going to be? And then your parents are giving you shit. He-Man again? And you're like, yeah. What's it to you? Why does this bother you so much? I'm sitting in my room.
None of your fucking business.
Yeah, none of your fucking business, Mom.
Here is a question from Papa Huds. T-Rex, did you ever figure out a showrunner hype man for your Master Universe pitch yet?
I did not, but
Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith would be the hype man.
Just get James E. talk.
There you go.
Hey, I kind of feel like James would probably be
get Ren to do it. Ren is boisterous and loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ren could just come in and just smack people.
Bring the Mohawk back for it though.
I'm so shy though.
We can make Ren like the modern day Mr. T.
What?
Yeah.
I'm too shy for that, man.
Really?
Yeah, man. I'm super shy in public.
Like in person at the conventions, you're kind of reserved.
Yeah.
Oh shit! All right.
Wow.
I'm just gonna be like, hey, someone come fucking talk to this guy. I'll be loud enough. I'll be an asshole if you want me to.
I hope
No,
Ren does
I'm really not.
get set up near us. That'd be awesome. If he's like across from us or right
Yeah,
next
and
to
we can
us.
just yell at him the whole time.
Yeah. Hey.
I'll definitely throw peanuts at you guys.
Yeah, hey, Red, fuck you.
Yeah. But yeah, Papa Hut. James would be a lot of fun. But in terms of a celebrity, I can't think of any celebrity who genuinely likes He-Man and is a big fan of it. So I think honestly, I would let the images of a new show speak for itself. That I don't think I would need to rely on a pitchman. If you show people a great trailer with good music, with good images of what you're trying to sell, I don't need a pitch guy to come out there.
Let it sell itself.
Yeah, because I thought the idea of having Kevin Smith, like, even if he's working on, like, why the fuck do you need him talking about it? The show should sell itself. The quality of what the imagery, the voice acting, like that sells it. Not fucking Kevin Smith. The music. Having good trailer music is so important. I still to this day have like trailer music. I would love to play for a He-Man trailer.
You're not gonna play Who Needs a Hero or whatever the fuck the song
Yeah,
is.
We Need a Hero. Fuck that song.
Everybody plays that song now.
It's so lame. It's such a pussified song to play for He-Man. Even if it was a pussified cartoon, it wouldn't have helped. It was just nothing but sandy vaginas all over the place.
South Park reference, everybody.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just bad.
Sounds painful as hell.
What's that?
A sandy vagina sounds painful as hell.
Oh, I'm sure that's why.
For everybody involved, that's a painful.
It just sucks getting sand when you go to the beach. Getting sand like anywhere in a crevice of your body, and you move, and the grain of it. Rebecca, what's it like?
Never had that happen to me before, thankfully.
All right, John, take her to the beach and just bury her in the sand.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Did you guys ever do that? Did you ever like bury yourself in the sand? Or
no, I thought that was lame. I wasn't into that.
I wasn't into building sand castles either. I thought that.
Well, because those little buckets you get that would be like the parapets and towers of castles. Mm-hmm. You pull it up, and the castle just falls apart.
Yeah.
It's like the sand. It's like I've seen people build some beautiful like sculptures of sharks and castles on the beach, mm-hmm. but they're using precision. They're not using any bullshit dollar store buckets to make it. They are making and molding it. I mean, where it's just fun to sit there and just watch them do it. Building moats and stuff like that. But it never worked as good as you could see it on TV or something like that when you were a kid.
Well, nothing did for the most part.
No. I mean, the toys would come to life in the commercial. Like, oh my god, it shoots lasers. I gotta have that.
Nah, it doesn't shoot lasers. Here's a question
from the house, like pew.
Yeah, I do all my sound effects.
Here's a question from Philippe. Who's your favorite Stalker Gladiator in Running Man?
That's one Arnold movie I do not like.
Really? I like Running Man. I can't pick one.
I think it's campy in a bad way where it's not fun. It's not fun.
Me too.
And it should have been awesome. It should have been badass, and it's not. It's too silly.
Was Rebecca saying she was in agreement with me?
Yeah, I'm in agreement too. I love Running Man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Running Man was pretty good.
There we go.
I just watched you watch that.
Well, fuck all you guys. I'm the Arnold fanatic here.
Fuck you guys.
Oh, I don't give a shit. I own the movie, but I'm like, I don't like it. I don't think it's a very good.
Why do you have it?
Because I was buying up all the Arnold films. But even now I'm kind of past the point. I'm like, you know what? I don't watch Collateral Damage. I don't watch any of the newer stuff that he's done because they really weren't that good, like The Last Stand and Sabotage.
Escape Plan was good.
Escape Plan was good, but that's about it. Like the rest of them, I saw it in theaters and I bought it, and I have not watched them since. I have not.
Oh, his worst one was The Sixth Day to me. That was the worst.
That one's one I've never.
I saw that a few times in theaters. It was just I only got to see it. I never got to see Arnold's heyday.
That's one where he has. That's one where he has a twin.
Yeah, clone. Yeah, the clones. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Not Twins with Danny DeVito.
That's a great.
That one is good.
That's a great film. Yeah. I love that film.
That's a pretty cool. I think that came on. I think that's on Netflix right now.
That's.
I'm gonna have to watch.
I just watched
Running Man again.
Either on Netflix or Amazon. It was one of those two. I just watched Running Man and Twins. So.
I'm gonna have to find Running Man. Yeah.
I'm looking. Yes, Twins is on Netflix, and Running
Man's on Amazon. That's where I watched it.
Maybe.
It's saying subscribe. Oh, I guess it's on a bunch of stuff because it's showing primetime subscription on YouTube, Amazon Prime subscription, Paramount Plus subscription. So plenty of places to find Running Man if you.
So if you
What-
got Amazon Prime, you're good.
Because
I know some of those guys make you pay for certain things anyway.
look.
Even when you got Amazon Prime?
Yeah, with some Amazon Prime, things will come and go for free.
Yeah.
They're not always free.
Running Man is on Prime. If you got Prime,
Yeah.
then it's on there.
I'll watch it tomorrow.
Oh, I guess I was led to believe because I haven't had Amazon Prime. I had it once, and I never used it to watch anything. But I assumed if it was on Amazon Prime, you had access to watch it, like no matter what. There's still things you have to pay for on Amazon Prime.
There's some.
If
There's some.
it's not on the
some things
Prime
that they have.
service, you can still buy or rent
Buy it
a
through
digital.
Okay.
You can buy or rent it, for cheap.
Okay. Oh, that reminds me, Grim, I took your advice. I bought the Herculoids on Blu-ray, so I'll be checking that out for the first time later this week too.
I still got to watch
I
that.
want to watch that.
Gundar DVD.
Have you guys seen Ulysses 31? Because that's a really good fucking
I've
show.
everyone
heard
keeps
of it.
talking about it, and I need to
That
watch
is
it.
Such a good show.
Ulysses 31. I'm gonna have to.
I've heard of it. I've never watched it though. I know nothing of it.
Genuinely, there's good freaking storytelling. Like that could be a movie's plot and be
Is it
solid.
on, I'm gonna pull a Joe thing. Is it on YouTube?
Yeah,
Is it free?
Yeah, it's on YouTube for free.
All right. Let's take one more question, and then there's something I want to show off that Tyler sent me. We'll talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll wrap it up. This comes from Oliver Belmont. If you were to join the battle against Hordak and the evil Horde in Etheria, who among the strong men and women of the Great Rebellion would you fight alongside with?
Seahawk.
I want Frost at my side.
No,
Yeah.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
We're both thinking with our heads for sure.
Yeah. I was like, tip my hat to my twin sister. Go get him. But Seahawk would be cool as shit to team up with. So would Bo. But God, like all these beautiful women, like Cassaspella, Glimmer, all these girls with like multicolored. Like Glimmer's got the pink hair, Frost has got the blue hair. Cassaspella's got the nice big kind of like like brown hair, and I mean they're just like all hot and stuff, and they're hot. They're like Tall Star. Tall Star's hot too. Like of the stars, she's by far the hottest of the Star Sisters. I wouldn't be able to fight. I'd be too busy gawking.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say anything. Like all those women, I'd be like,
no, really. Well, hang on a second. Now I got to show off. I'd have like, I mean, I'm gonna go kick their ass.
Even the villains, man, I'd be like, how you doing? I get all fucked up, man. I get shot up by the robots.
Frost is the one to team up with because she's horny as hell. She is.
But if she sees you in battle, she's just going to get more worked up. So you go out there and kick some serious ass, and
and then it just turns to a big old orgy. Everyone's too turned on by everybody that no one can fight.
Let's do it.
You hear that? Ren's up for an orgy.
Yeah.
What?
All that scissoring going on.
You heard it here.
Joe Amato challenges Ren to a push-up contest.
I want to see Joe do a push-up.
Joe is good at push-ups.
He does 100 every day.
He does 100 every day.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I'll tell you what. If we're in the hotel, we'll do a push-up contest. No problem.
I'll film it. I will.
We've got to do a bench
Joe's
press
really good at push-ups.
well.
He is.
Is Joe going to be okay with people filming him and then putting it on YouTube because he's going to freak the fuck out?
No, he's going to be wearing his mask.
Yeah, he's wearing a mask. He's going to pass out under that luchador mask, though.
Well, I mean, isn't that what you want, Ren? You want to beat him at this contest?
Now, does he do 100 straight or does he do 100 a day?
I can't remember.
There's a difference.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, you can do 10 at a time and do 100 a day.
Well,
but I do mine 50 at a time.
Hey, Joe, if you're still hanging out, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, Joe, can you do pull-ups too?
Yeah.
Pull-ups
can
are
you
hard.
do pull-ups?
Or how about dips? Can you do dips?
He definitely can't do dips. He is a dip.
Ren's got a million of them.
Downtown.
Oh, okay. He can do 100 straight. So there you go.
I can do 100 straight. All right. With that head, I'm really surprised.
The challenge is thrown down, and I
All
lied.
right.
Let's ask
We're
one
gonna
more
have to
question.
put some weights on it too, man.
Yeah, I
was gonna say we could put like a 45-pound plate on Joe's back and see how many he can do.
Yeah, because I used to do my push-ups. I used to do 10 with 3 45-pound plates, and I've got that video on my Facebook page. That was when I was doing I was weight lifting, getting ready for 405 pounds bench press because I wanted to when I turned 40. I think I turned 41, and I told myself I wanted to do 405 pounds on the bench.
Yeah,
And,
I never
I had
came.
I
I
had to
came.
do kind of crazy shit.
I've never wanted to. I could squatting. That's no problem. You know, I've deadlifted that before too, but I got to 370, and that was scary to do that because I'm like, it's just
It is tough. Yeah,
it's scary. It's
crazy.
tough, and I really don't even worry too much about super heavyweight. I'd rather just look lean in proportion.
Yeah.
And when people ask, like, I don't want to brag about what I can lift. Like, what do you get? What do you care? Like, I'd rather you think I can bench a whole lot, and like, you know what, 315 is where I stop it at. If you think I can bench 500 or 400, fine. You go ahead and think that. But it's
Hey,
more fun
man,
to put out the illusion.
I was super gym rat. It was really just a personal goal for me because it took me a long time to hit 205 pounds as my weight.
It takes
I
a
was
long if
always
you're
a
doing it
smaller
right. Where
guy.
it's not like these assholes just come in there, arch their back off the fucking bench and bounce it off their chest, and then record it with their fucking tripod. I nailed it, man. Who wants my autograph? Fuck you.
Yeah,
Bunch of raw vaginas in there.
Damn.
We're gonna end it on this one. This comes from a 1-10. What does Rebecca do with all of her costumes? Where do you store them?
I will put them on mannequins like the little goblin right there. Or I have plastic bins that I will put them in. Because the Florida heat isn't kind to
I was hoping she'd have like a hallway, like Bruce Wayne's mansion, where she puts all these costumes on mannequins. She walks down the hallway.
But there's not enough space in our hallway for all of our costumes. So, like, you can see behind me all of them. Like, behind him, there's Boba Fett and some other John's costumes. There's a leprechaun back there. There's the goblin. The Metropolis robot's just sitting in the hallway. So, yeah, we have them kind of all over the place. But the ones that we don't have out on mannequins, they are in plastic bins to keep them safe.
Make them last as long as you can. Tyler sent me this. This is going to go up on Ren's TeePublic.
As soon as TeePublic stops being,
pending approval.
Yeah, being assholes.
So the link is down below. So make sure you click on that and check periodically to see if this has popped up yet, or buy a Boglin shirt or one of the other cool ass designs Ren's got up.
You can buy this one here on his.
There you go.
Yeah. Monstar Mob.
And this is another collaboration. This was Tyler's idea, and Ren has brought it to life. And I'll put it up right there. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Have you ever seen a more
that
badass
is so cool?
Yeah, man.
And for the people at home that may not know who these characters
don't know who it is,
Tyler, go ahead.
These are the villains from Bionic 6, Dr. Scarab's crew, with Dr. Scarab up top, followed by Madame O with her harp, Mechanic, and down below that is Clunk and Chopper with his chain, and in the bottom center, my personal favorite is Glove, the backstabber of the group. Yeah.
He's the Starscream of this group.
He is.
There's always a Starscream in a group.
Yeah. And Red nailed his devilish smile the way that I want it, because that's the kind of shit he does on the show, where he's constantly like trying to backstab Scarab. And Mechanic looks ferocious there. Like I think Ren like a nice verbal message, like just in trying to inflate his talent and just how fucking good he is. But Ren, I cannot thank you enough for the job that you did on this crew here. They're so fucking great. Look at the shadow work that he did with all these characters.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine what he's going to do with He-Man. This is just a small sample.
I watched about 40 episodes. I don't even think there's that many. I watched a bunch of episodes of Bionic 6.
Oh no, there's more than 40.
Yeah, but YouTube doesn't have a lot of them.
Oh yeah, there are a lot that are not on there, but there's a lot.
I'm going to Ren, I'll hook you up.
My man. Yeah. Because I've always loved Bionic 6, the cartoon, and I hated that they did the G.I. Joe treatment on the figures. I was like, man, I can't.
I would like to have like a 6-inch, articulated, like NECA puts out, like all members of the 6, all members of Scarab's crew, and even the Cyphrons, like Dr. Scarab's, like a drone army that he's got that would show up from time to time.
You want the Doctor too, right? The good guy Doctor.
Dr.
Were they
Sharp?
brothers?
Dr. Scarab and Sharp, yeah.
They were brothers, right?
They're brothers on the show,
I do remember him saying that once in one of the episodes that I watched. Yeah, because it's crazy. I don't remember a lot about the show, but yeah. Well, I love the animation on there.
That would be a good way to let the people at home know. This is a good teaser, actually, because next week we're going to hit you up with the now for something different, but we're going to be talking about Bionic 6. We're gonna be talking about. It's just gonna be an all-encompassing thing. It's not gonna be a watch-along to an episode. It's just gonna be us talking about the cartoon, talking about the toys, favorite characters, what have you. Just a generalized discussion. Show some love to Bionic 6.
And there are some episodes on YouTube. If you want some recommendations to watch before we go into next week's episode for you guys and for our listeners, watch Bionics on the First Adventure and Clean Slate, which is a 2-part episode, which you might think may be kind of hokey when you watch it, but there's reasons that I won't say.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week.
But there's the Enter the Bungee. There's so many. Honestly,
I like that one.
Enter the Bungee is a lot of fun, but Bionics on explains how the Bionics got their powers, how Scarab's crew came together. So there is an Origins episode, but it takes place further into the series. But there's a lot of great episodes. There's more good ones than bad ones, I'll put it that way. And then the bad ones are not really bad. They just may not be as impactful, or something like that. But the animations are all great. The voice acting is fantastic.
We'll get into it next week.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
We'll save it. We'll save it all for next week.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will go ahead and wrap this up. If you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe, hit like, leave comments down below. Let us know your thoughts on the show. If you think Tyler's ideas are shit, or if you're in agreement with Ren, what have you, just let us know anything you want.
If you don't like my ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I may or may not respond to it, but you're entitled to sit there and say you don't like.
Suck. Yeah,
you could be like you could be like Grim and say, I don't agree with that. I think it's shit. I'm from France,
and the French are assholes. We all know.
And the French are all assholes.
No,
he's living up to his name. They're not.
No, they're not. But yes, please like, subscribe, and share, and always ring the bell so you get notified when we go live. And until next time, have a powerful day.
Are you a gambling man, Lieutenant? Every time I order out.
You made that up.
No, he never makes these up.
No.
The ones that sound made up are usually the ones that he trolls everyone else with, and it's something that I've said back in the day when we were hanging out all the time and running around places. Naked gun, says Joe Amato.
Yeah. What, Joe? Which naked gun, Joe?
We'll give him a few minutes to pop.
Yeah, I'll give him a few minutes. Yeah.
Did you do that one specifically for Joe? Shouts outs to Joe?
No, I just
he Googled it.
Yeah, he's Googling it.
Yeah, he's cheating right now. We can't tell.
Yeah. Yeah, but we'll give him credit since he's the only one that chimed in with the answer, I guess.
Yeah.
He was on that too.
Joe went and got good internet from his neighbor.
Yeah. He's using Internet King just like Homer Simpson.
He's got fast Wi-Fi now from his neighbor.
I'll bring it on the show with you, Joe. when you come back with that good fast internet. Right?
Yeah.
It was a good discussion tonight, guys. I hope everyone enjoyed talking about a shitty comic and everything. And,
hey, man, they all can't be winners. And
no. We got other shitty ones we can dissect and improve upon too. So
yeah. And we'll do what we've been doing. This is going to be tradition. Jesus Christ, I can't
tradition.
I thought it was pretentious.
Yeah, here's more pretentious shit. But no, this is how we're going to end the show going forward because I love doing it and make sure I don't have the loop on because I didn't really play any sounds this week. You guys didn't argue enough to where the bell needed to ring.
You just said I'm gonna puke.
Oh yeah, the puke one. But yeah,
I love Rebecca's impression.
Yeah, I'm gonna puke. We will Bionic 6 next week. I'll leave you with these parting words.
Yeah, but it was great. It was fun, and I'll see you all on my balls.
Joe's always here in spirit.